Hello everyone, I'm here with acclaimed indie rock act, the Lemon Twigs. You guys have been on Pitchfork before, but I'm sure it's still an honor for both of you to appear before all 6 of my regular viewers.
Yeah.
It's great to be here.
Certainly.
Much better actually.
Yeah.
Hello to Jack, John, Jill,
Jeremy, and
Betty,
June.
and yes,
You got all of them. First guest. So impressed. So, first question I have for you guys tonight. A common criticism thrown towards a lot of other retro rock inspired bands is that their music can come across sounding like a bit of a rehash. How do you guys go about writing songs that avoid these sort of trappings?
Playing hardball.
Well, I don't know, we just...
If you want to be competitive.
No, we try to write songs that melodically have something unique about them. You know, we are always kind of changing them around if we feel like it's too close to another song, and try to have fun with chords and lyrics and melody, just the basics of songwriting, you know?
Yeah. To me, like, even like the entirety of like the Ruddles record, or like the Deface the Music Todd Rundgren record, or Utopia record, is like, they're supposed to be Beatle songs, but they're all different songs because they all have different melodies. So there's no, to me, it's just a song. It doesn't have to. It can sound like a complete time capsule. You know, it doesn't matter how it sounds. It's just the song itself. Played it on acoustic guitar.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, you guys have totally nailed that. Your new album has a ton of great songs on it. My personal favorite is definitely going to be the album opener, When Winter Comes Around. Could you tell me a bit about the writing of the song and the ideas behind the lyrics?
I wrote that over the course of maybe 6 months or something, which was unusual for me. Because usually I'll finish a verse and then I'll try to, keep the inspiration alive and finish it really quickly. But I knew I wanted it to have it be sort of a longer form. And so I kind of stretched it out over the course of 6 months and tried to only work on it when I felt inspired. And I don't know, it worked. It has something to do with the seasons. It has something to do with your ability to make the same mistake over and over again and forget why you didn't want to do it in the first place. Make that mistake.
And did that come from any particular personal experience or just a general observation?
I guess a combination of both, recognizing something that you do as well as like something that
Is
universal, yeah.
Okay, great. So you guys both star in most of your own music videos, and you generally prefer to not do narrative-driven stuff for said videos, more purely visual, stylistic accompaniments. What's the reasoning behind that particular creative choice?
I just think that, like, a lot of songs have their own narrative, and sometimes it feels like it kind of takes away. And I don't really, to me it's like an album cover or something like that. It's just like an image, like a moving image, instead of like something that tells a story, and has a beginning. I just prefer that style. I guess really what it is that all my favorite music videos are like that. Really none of my favorites, nothing I would show to a director or show to Brian and say, I want to do this, has had a narrative, really.
Okay. Do you have an example of like one music video in particular where that inspired you?
Yeah, well, like the Cruel to Be Kind video, the Nick Lowe video is like such a cool video. There's like room for like I just don't. I mean, to me, it's like I just don't want anybody to have to work hard to watch a music video. But to me, it's like
you want them to be able.
I don't
to
want
hear
them to have to concentrate
you want them to be
on
able
the
to
video.
hear the
I want them to just hear the song. Just have it go.
I think that the most distracting thing is when you have like subtitles over a video.
Oh my God, yeah.
Because then you're actually asking someone to divide their mind, and it's not. You're saying the video is the important thing. The song is just the soundtrack, which is not really the point.
Which we've had before, but it was a situation where a director came in. You know what I mean? It wasn't our video, really.
So, you guys are here obviously tonight for a concert. You've been touring a lot this year as well as last year as both a headliner and an opening act. Has there been a particular onstage moment that was like really memorable for you guys in recent memory, for better or for worse?
I don't know. It's just that when we really get it right, you know, it can really feel great. We were in Paris, and it was a show where we came off the stage, and it was a beautiful venue, and it was a really good crowd, and
Good lighting, good crowd,
great
everybody
lighting.
looked good.
A lot of things that like you can't
Everybody's voice was
predict.
in good shape.
Yeah, and so we came off, and we really all felt just great about it, and so those kind of things I tend to remember.
Yeah, do you remember what was the best show this tour?
Maybe
Tonight's.
tonight.
Maybe tonight.
Hopefully.
I mean, who knows about tonight? It might be the best.
Yeah, could be.
On a similar note, has there been any especially memorable interactions with fans, like either celebrities who were you surprised to find out were fans, or just with people you've met at your shows?
Well, we
got to. Yeah, that was the best show. I forgot about that. Was in Milwaukee. We hung out with the Shivers, which is a band that we really love, and Jill and Scott from the Shivers, and that was awesome because we played one of their songs, we covered one of their songs, and they were in the audience. We knew that, of course, they were going to be in the audience, but we were going to play one of their songs anyway because we did last time we were in Milwaukee, and it was amazing.
And
So cool to hang with them, and then
we played with Todd
we were
Rundgren
yeah.
before.
Oh, of course.
And
yeah.
we've hung out with him on a few occasions, and we've talked about music with him and been able to, ask
Those
him.
are probably the greatest. Oh, and Chris Stamey is really cool. We've been able to meet a lot of people that we really admire. So
It's really cool. So there's one point of contention I've been seeing amongst a lot of bands recently, and that's concert venues taking cuts of merch sales and whether or not that's a fair thing to be doing. As a touring act signed to an independent label, what's your opinion on the matter?
I mean, probably not. Probably it would probably not be good.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm
I
gonna
think
Short
get-
to the point.
people
Yeah.
are beating up on these venues, man. You know, people are beating up on Ticketmaster and all,
Yeah.
Live Nation and all these things.
We gotta stand up for the little guy, Ticketmaster.
Of course.
No, I don't know.
I know
I don't really know. I don't look at.
Yeah, fair.
I don't look at my phone.
Gotcha. So, going back to your previous album, Songs for the General Public, you've said in the past that the song Fight was re-recorded last minute when the album release was delayed. Are there any other songs through your discography that, if you had the chance, you'd go back and tinker with or re-record?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a lot of
yeah.
stuff. There's a lot of stuff like that. We did our second album. It was pretty messed up, like the way that we recorded it. Like I think we were really into like recordings that were shambolic and falling apart and stuff, and so we went with that kind of vibe for a lot of it. But to me now, it's like doesn't make any sense. I mean, I think it makes sense like for somebody who's actually like falling apart, or if the music is appropriate for the music. But that music is like trying to do something that's like a musical, that's like that needs all of the favors it can get to sell it. You know what I mean? To sell it to a listener.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We did the opposite of that. So that's maybe why certain people really would like it, because it's almost made to be hated.
Okay. So,
It was just space out. He just doesn't even want to listen to me.
What?
He's trying to tune out so he doesn't have to listen to me.
fair enough.
I
People
guess
do that
it's
to me
fair.
all the time. So you guys have collaborated with a variety of musical acts in recent years: Todd Rundgren, Ways Blood, Slugbug. How would you guys say these collaborations influenced the sound and writing of your latest work?
Well, I mean, directly we worked on the Wise Blood record in East West Studios in California, and they had a echo chamber there that sounded fantastic. And we never really considered. We always used like plate reverbs, and like
Spring
things
reverb.
spring
Still
reverbs.
analog reverbs, but nothing, no chamber.
And the echo chamber, is like
A room.
just a speaker in a big room. and that's what they used for all of the classic.
We were really wowed by
California
that.
albums, like Pet Sounds and stuff. So we really wanted to do our next record with the use of that kind of stuff. So we always pick up little things, and we've learned so much from Slugbug.
Yes,
I
from
mean,
Paul,
Paul.
who's our studio neighbor. So basically, like, we share a hallway and we hang out all day in New York. So
we share instruments.
we share instruments.
Like,
yeah,
and
he's a tech also, and he's very into analog stuff, and I'm very into analog stuff. So he's sort of influenced, because the last album that we did, the Everything Harmony album that we did, is all analog tracking and all analog recording, mostly analog, and a lot of it went from tape through an analog console, twice, whatever it is, back onto a 2-track, whatever it was. But it had to go in the computer to balance it, because we had the strings done digital. They were real strings, of course, but they were done, recorded digitally. But with this record that we're working on, Paul really influenced me to go completely back analog, which is how we've done the first two.
One question, maybe this is something too specific to what I was interested in, but recently, last year, you guys toured with Bleachers. If given the opportunity, would you guys ever be interested in working with Jack Antonoff? He's obviously a very relevant pop producer at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, I think we would always get in the room with somebody who's done a lot of interesting stuff, and things that aren't necessarily like exactly what we do. We always say
we always
yes
say
when
yes,
people ask us to do stuff,
and then we try it, and then maybe we would gel, and maybe we wouldn't.
Gotcha. Any specific examples of when you've tried to work with another artist and it didn't exactly gel the way you hoped?
I don't know. It's like,
I mean, we're just not.
There's times when we've done collaborations where we were supposed to be like the sidemen, when we kind of got a little bit too frustrated in the sense that we thought
just
we
playing
knew
instruments.
what we wanted it to be, and then the artist, who was the artist who had every right to not, agree with us, wanted to do it their way, and then that's when we kind of think, oh, it would be nice to just do our own thing, so we could at least be in an agreement on it. But that's like
there's not enough time to be doing stuff as kind of, that you don't agree with, how it's being done. I mean, there's just not enough time. And writing too, writing with people is really fun when everybody's got the same outlook, but writing with people when everybody's there's a way that they write in Hollywood that's disgusting.
in Hollywood. Well, it's
No,
just
I don't know. There's a way that's
about
no
pop.
Hollywood. It's
He's kind of talking about
First
pop,
album was foreshadowing in that regard, huh?
no
Yeah.
in pop, yeah.
songwriting.
Yeah.
They do it
Because it's
they,
like you're supposed to kind of get with somebody, and you've
the
just
top
met.
line.
You've just met for the first time, and sometimes they'll talk to you, and they'll be like, so what should we write about? And then they'll go into something deeply personal or something. Or
And be like-
and
be
it's
like,
kind of an unnatural way
that's
of working.
good. That's good. Let's extrapolate on that. Okay, so then there's just a bunch of crap because you're just coming up with shit out of thin air. There's no inspiration there, and then then they'll be like, Brian will be like, "Da-na-na-na," and then somebody will be like, "Na-na-na-na," because they want to contribute. It's like a competition because they want to contribute. They want that another percentage. I don't know what it is. It's not. It's certainly not for the good of the song. It's more of a competition. It feels like. I know people. It's a complaint a lot of people.
Yeah. All right. So I have one more question. One more question written down. So back in 2020, you guys did an interview with Dork Magazine. Surprised that's the real name of the magazine.
Dork.
But yeah, Dork Magazine.
Dork Mag.
One of you mentioned you had both been working on solo albums at the time. That later got reiterated in a Reddit AMA around the same time. Is that anything we can expect to hear in the near future?
Yeah, probably, because what ends up happening is we have a lot of leftover songs. Try to put our best songs on the Lemon Twigs albums. But I have so many left over that I'll probably put out sometime next year, because they've just been collecting over the past like 5-6 years or something.
Okay. Yeah, if I remember correctly, one of you mentioned in the Reddit AMA that Corner of My Eye was supposed to appear on, was considered at least to appear on a solo album.
Yeah. But then we were able to kind of build the last record sort of around that song, because Michael started writing like songs that fit a little bit more with that style.
All right. So that's everything I have here. You guys have been really great. It's been really cool being able to talk to you guys about this stuff.
Yeah,
No problem.
thanks.
Thanks.
Thank
Same
you.
here.
This has been the Lemon Twigs. I don't know how to end an interview.
You did it.